All right, I'm back, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Excuse me. Welcome to a brand another Talking and Grubbing live stream. I had to in the first live stream apologize, but I'm back on live again. Tonight we are here for the 2020 NFL draft, the first round. And there's a lot of depth here in this draft class. So I'm excited to see which college player goes to which NFL team. I'm curious to see what my Cleveland Browns do at 10. Will they take a linebacker, a left tackle? Will they trade up or trade down? Or will they trade for a veteran? Soon, but I'm curious to see where Joe Burrow of the defending national champion LSU Tigers goes, where Ohio State Chase Young goes, where Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker from Clemson, goes, where offensive linemen like Andrew Thomas, Mekhi Becton go, where wide receiver CeeDee Lamb goes, where Tua goes. It's all going to be sorted out very soon. Definitely going to be sorted out very shortly. Who knows? Maybe one of these players will definitely be these players will be game 15 to get here in tonight's draft here in the comment section. As you come into the live stream, make sure you hit the like button if you want to. You can donate to the channel via Cash App or PayPal tag and the PayPal link here in the chat. Or you can also donate via Super Chat while I'm here live on the air tonight. So I want to know how's everybody doing? How's your day going? How are your families doing? How are you coping through this whole quarantine process? You know, this corrupt draft out of whack. This was supposed to be in Las Vegas this year, but due to this pandemic hitting all over the world, the NFL had to cancel the draft itself, as well as all the public events that they had planned in the Las Vegas area. So 2022, because right now there's no city has been selected for that draft. So I think Vegas will get that draft to make up for them losing this draft. Next year in 2021, the NFL draft comes to my city, Cleveland, Ohio. See how that turns out, how's that gonna be? But let's focus on this 2020 draft. So we're about a good 5 minutes away from the NFL draft, from the first pick being announced. And the Cincinnati Bengals have the number one pick. The Washington Redskins have the number two pick. The Detroit Lions have the number three pick. The New York Giants have the number four pick. Okay. About to grub on some dinner here. About to grub on some green beans and some baked chicken. Also, do you want your team to trade up or trade down for a player in the draft? Definitely want the Browns to go worst way. That left tackle spot for Baker Mayfield. Round one. Round one is about to begin tonight. And I will be back here tomorrow night for round 2. And also, before first responders, medical staff, delivery people, grocery stores, pharmacists, all the people who've been, open and serving their communities through this pandemic. Shout out to y'all. And if y'all watching this live stream, if you have a family member or a friend that's in one of these fields, tell them I just say thank you. I know we definitely missed. I know some of us are definitely missing sports right now, and we wish sports was still active. But hey, we gotta get through this process first. Get through this first. Pandemic, God got the final say. That's all I got to say on that. My mistake. I meant to say rounds 4 through 7 will be Saturday, and rounds 2 and 3 will be tomorrow night. So I'll be back for both rounds tomorrow night. Also, that's a cool gesture by the NFL to, to do a draft telethon. Nathan, what's up, man? How you doing? You say go Raider Nation. All right, Nathan. So all right, I'm seeing people coming into the live stream. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, what are your thoughts on this NFL draft? Let me know in the chat. Also, make sure you hit the like button. Say if your team is drafting here in the first round and they draft a kicker or a punter with the first pick, would you be upset? Come on, I want to know. Come on, let me know what's on your mind here tonight on this NFL draft. Leave it all in the chat. With me, I'll be upset if the Browns don't draft the left tackle if it's there. If they'll draft at least one of the top 3 tackles in this draft, I'll be upset. Now, if they're going off the board, then okay, I won't be mad because you don't have the pick. But if you got the pick and don't do it, then I'll be mad. Yep, and also, I forgot to say this at the beginning. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Just don't make it last. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos or upcoming live streams. And make sure you click all so you don't miss any new videos or live streams from me. And now I want to see your thoughts here in the chat. I want to know what's on everybody's mind tonight here in this NFL draft. Who do you want your team to select? Want your team to trade up or trade down? Coping process, and also take all the precautions that you need during this time. And definitely practice washing your hands. Practice social distancing. Wear a mask when you're in public places such as the grocery store. The more you do those things, the sooner we can get back to our daily routine. I know that's what we all want to do. Okay, they're showing the various fan bases throughout the NFL draft, which I think is pretty cool. Yes, I am excited that we are about to get this 2020 NFL draft underway. And I can't wait to see who my Browns select with the 10th pick. Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, Andrew Thomas, Mekhi Becton, CeeDee Lamb. I'm excited to just see too. And like I said, booing Roger Goodell, you can boo him from the comfort of your own home. That seems like an NFL draft tradition. Boo the commissioner as soon as he steps out on the stage. In some ways, I don't blame y'all for booing him. He's done some jacked up stuff. So come on in, hit the like button. Also, leave your comments in the chat about who do you want your team to take tonight, or do you want your team to trade down to get more draft picks or acquire a veteran player? There's been rumors swirling ever since yesterday that all pro veteran left tackle Trent Williams of the Washington Redskins will be traded very soon. Who knows? He might be traded tonight. And we're going to people coming into the live stream. I thank y'all for joining me. Hit the like button. Leave your comments live stream. Who do you want the Yep, everybody's booing Roger Goodell already. Who the commish? I think when the NFL draft comes to Cleveland next year, I think those boos are going to be very loud and strong as soon as Roger Goodell hits the stage. That's just my opinion. I can't believe they're bringing this back. Who wants to be a millionaire? And it's premiering next Thursday. Hey, we're getting closer and closer to the start of the NFL draft. We're about to see what the Cincinnati Bengals do with their first overall pick. Bengals Nation, as they're hoping that Joe Burrow or who knows, maybe they might go to maybe they may go a different direction and draft Ohio State's Chase Young, who played, about a couple hours away from them at Ohio State. If that happens, things will get very off this NFL draft. Okay. They're showing Tua with his family in his home. Late first round or early second round due to his injuries. But he did have a pretty nice college career, winning a national championship at Alabama. But it's just, and that's a doggone shame because Tua was a pretty excuse me, was a pretty nice college quarterback. If he would have just stayed healthy, he would have been even better, in my opinion. All right, I'm seeing y'all coming into the live stream. Please hit the like buttons on this draft tonight. Who do you want your team to take? Or do you want your team to trade up or trade down for a certain player that you want? Or you just can't stand the front office and you just want them fired? Leave it all in the chat. Leave it all in the chat. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Derek Brown, another nice tackle. I'm sitting there watching all the footage of Tua's injuries that he suffered through his whole college career. Man, that's a shame. Only thing is don't follow him in the NFL. Because I definitely think he could be a pretty nice quarterback in the NFL if he stays healthy. I just don't want injuries to derail his career. Johnny Talk Sports, what's up, man? How you doing? You asked me, do you think the picks are already in, but they just run the clock out intentionally? Um, I think with that process, I think with the process, how it usually goes, the GM of the team will notify the representative of that team that's going to give the pick to the commissioner to announce, and then once that team rep gives that pick to the commissioner, that's when they announce it. And also before that team representative calls the player that they're going to pick, letting them know that they're going to be selecting them. So that's how that whole process works when you see, the clock running. When the clock is running, basically, they haven't given that pick to the commissioner yet. They've already made the pick, but they also got to notify the pick and notify the team representative that's going to give the pick to Goodell. So that's why that clock takes so long. Now, it's going to be remote this year, so I don't know how the process. So the process is going to be a little bit longer since they're not going to be at the draft site, which was going to be in Vegas. So maybe they're going to email Goodell the pick, or maybe they're going to call them and let them know who they're picking. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this process works. Okay, and the Cincinnati Bengals, they are on the clock right now. Now, for those of you who don't know, if the Bengals don't make a pick within the next 6 minutes, then the Redskins can jump in and take the first pick. You know, that rarely happens. The last time that happened was in 2003 when the Ravens had an early pick and the Vikings jumped in, and because they, didn't get the pick in time. Okay, showing Gerald Burrow with his parents, Ohio native. Maybe he may not have to leave the state to play on Sundays. He might be playing close to his backyard in Cincinnati. We're about to find out in a little bit. And it looks like he's on the phone. Well, he's got his headphones on. Who knows? He might be on the phone with somebody. Might be on the phone with the Bengals right now. Okay, Johnny Talksport, you said this is why I don't typically watch the draft. It always stays long, and I like the suspense. I like the suspense. You know, I like the suspense of the draft. You know which player is going to be. And now they're showing the highlights of Joe Burrow, of his college career. He was a backup at Ohio State and transferred to LSU in 2018. Year later, they win the national championship. Okay, they're showing the Bengals faithful once again. The Who Dey Nation. Okay, the pick is in for the Bengals. Okay, Joe Burrow gets selected by the Bengals. Ohio native for his staying home. He doesn't have to leave the state of Ohio as he's been selected by the Cincinnati. Now, Joe Burrow is from Athens, Ohio. That's 3 hours away from Cincinnati. So he's definitely going to be close to home. He idolized Drew Brees as a kid. This is similar to when the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted LeBron James back in 2003. LeBron being a kid from Akron, got drafted by the Cavs, which is 45, which Cleveland is 45 minutes away from Akron. Okay, Johnny Talk Sports says, yeah, but the first 3 picks aren't suspenseful at all. I mean, yeah, for the most part, that's true. But yeah, there's sometimes some players you think that's going to be drafted top 3 or even top 5 don't go until later. So, that's good for the bank. Well, okay, now Joe Burrow is in the Browns division, the AFC North. So now now the division has gotten interesting. Young Joe Burrow being picked first overall by the Bengals. And I know they are definitely excited down there in Who Dey Nation. And also, man, Burrow's not just good with his arm, he is so crafty with his legs. In the national championship against Clemson, he made a lot of plays with his legs. and he kept some plays alive with his legs. So, you know, any NFL defense has definitely got to contain him on the run as well. And also against Alabama last year, you know, in their game later in the season, he kept a lot of plays alive with his legs. So man, he is definitely so you cannot sleep on Joe Burrow in the run game. Okay, now the Washington Redskins are on the clock. They have less than 5 minutes. I mean, a little over 5 minutes to make their pick. Ryan, as he's proud of his quarterback. Okay, now we about to find out where who the Redskins are picking. A lot of people think they're gonna pick Chase Young, but who knows? Could get interesting. Maybe they take CeeDee Lamb with the second pick or Isaiah Simmons. Who knows? All right, so everybody, so okay, as all y'all coming into the live stream, what do y'all think about Joe Burrow being selected by the Bengals? How do you think he's gonna, how do you think he's gonna do with the Bengals? Do you think he's gonna have a great NFL career, or he's gonna be a bust? Leave it all in the chat. Okay, and also I forgot to mention that Burrow was the Heisman Trophy winner last year. Okay, under 5 minutes for the Redskins to get their pick in. Yeah, he put up some hella stats last year. Okay, Johnny Talk Sports, you said he's the most prepared QB we've seen in a while. They need to surround him with weapons. Because AJ Green, he's had his issues with injuries the last couple of seasons. They do have a good tight end, though, the Bengals. And Tyler Boyd, his name slipped me for a second. And they also have a good running, pretty good running back in Joe Mixon. But yeah, they definitely need to surround Joe Burrow with some more offensive help. And speaking of Boyd, he has to stay healthy also. He's had his share of injuries in the last few seasons. So yeah, they definitely surround him with more offensive talent. But the question is, can AJ Green stay healthy? Okay, and the Redskins pick is in. We're about to find out who they're picking with the second overall pick within the next couple of minutes. Okay, Johnny Tossberg, you said I could see the Bengals slipping back into the first round, taking Jefferson, or they'll trade up next year and take Jamar Chase. That would be interesting. That'd be very interesting. Okay, we're about to find out who the Redskins are taking with their second pick. in the first round. The pick is in. So will it be Chase Young like a lot of people have been predicting, or will it be someone like Isaiah Simmons or a CD Lamb? Okay, Chase Young is going to the Redskins. Man, I love Chase Young at Ohio State. Man, he is so Ron Rivera definitely influenced this pick. And Chase Young, man, that dude is so fast, athletic. He's a not only he can get to the quarterback, he's a ball hawk as well. That's what a lot of people don't get about Chase Young. He's a ball hawk as well. As a matter of fact, I definitely think he could have contended with Joe Burrow for the Heisman last year, but he was suspended for those last few games at the end of the regular season. So that definitely messed up Chase Young's Heisman chances. But if that wouldn't have happened, I definitely think the Heisman race between him and Burrow would have been neck and neck, in my opinion. So, what do y'all think about Chase Young going to the Redskins? How do y'all think he's going to fit in Ron Rivera's new system? With Ron Rivera, leave your comments here in the chat. Yeah, he does. That man does not take plays off for nothing. He's definitely going to be something in the NFL, in my opinion. I have another NFL player that's being drafted by their hometown team. I forgot Chase Young is from the DC area or from the DMV area, excuse me. So the first two players in the NFL draft have been drafted by their hometown teams. Now that's interesting. He would like to go into lucky football. Oh, he don't want to be no undercover cop because he'll be too recognizable. Okay, now the Detroit Lions are on the clock. They have a little under less than 2 minutes to get their pick in. So let's see who they're gonna pick with the third pick in the first round of this 2020 NFL draft. But I'm definitely happy for Chase Young as he's gonna get his opportunity to play in the NFL. Okay, what do y'all think? Who do y'all think the Lions are gonna pick with the third pick of the 2020 in the first round of the 2020 draft? Also, as you're coming in here to this live stream, make sure you hit the like button. And also, Chase Young is a big R&B fan. Who knows? Maybe the Lions might step in and steal Isaiah Simmons from the Giants because a lot of people in their mock drafts had Isaiah. The pick is in for the Lions. We're about to find out in a little bit who the Lions are taking with the third overall pick. Okay, that's very noble of Chase Young to go to the hospital he was born in to, feed the nurses. Shout out to him for doing that. Ohio State head coach, who was Chase Young's position coach at the time, Ryan Day. Hey, and the Detroit Lions draft Ohio State cornerback Jeff Okudah with the third overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft. Now, Jeff Okudah, he was a pretty nice corner for the Buckeyes. Okay, they're talking to Ryan Day about that right now. As the Giants are on the clock with the fourth pick, a lot of people think they're taking Isaiah Simmons. So yeah, the Lions definitely needed a corner after trading Darius Slay to the Eagles, which I still think was a dumb move. That was their best cornerback, and they traded him. But Okudah, man, he's definitely gonna just stay all over receivers like Rice, and he definitely stays with them stride for stride. So, so maybe Isaiah Simmons goes to the New York Giants with the fourth overall pick. Like I just said earlier, and a lot of people's mock drafts, a lot of people have Isaiah Simmons going fourth, but who knows? He might select someone else with the fourth overall pick. Maybe they might go offensive line. Okay, Johnny Talk Sports, you said now the real draft begins. Yes, it does. Okay, you said you have the Giants picking Tristan Wirfs. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Okay, and the Giants have a little under 4 minutes to take the pick to make their pick. Okay, we're gonna be okay. Gonna find out. New York Giants are picking with the fourth overall pick. Most mock drafts have Isaiah Simmons going there, but who knows? But like I said, it could get interesting. They may go offensive line. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Went to get some pop. All right. We're about to find out who the Giants are going to take with the fourth pick. He got, caught the coronavirus. Wow. And now the Giants are on the clock as they're showing Giants GM David Gettleman and the new head coach Joe Judge, you know, simulcasting with each other from their homes. The pick is in for the Giants. We're about to find out who they're going to take. Will it be Isaiah Simmons or will it be someone else? The pick is in. Wow, most coveted off tackle in this draft. Lineman, because he was a hell. Okay, so the Dolphins, they're on the clock with the fifth 6.5 minutes. Overall pick over Isaiah Simmons. Leave me your comments here in the chat. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Yes, he can. Well, yeah, that's definitely a improvement for that old line. I did want the Browns to get him, but like I said, if they didn't have the pick, then I wouldn't be upset. That's the only way I don't get upset over pick. Oh, I mean, over guys not being drafted. If you don't have the pick, that's not your fault. Okay, Dolphins still on the clock. Dolphins general manager about the pick, and the pick is in for the Dolphins. We're just waiting on who will it be. And the Dolphins pick Tua. Tua is heading to South Beach. Wow. So the Dolphins are going with Tua. So I definitely hope, Tua has a pretty good career in the NFL. I hope the injuries, that hampered him in college don't follow him here in the NFL because he's a very talented QB. So, so what do y'all think about Tua going to the Dolphins as the LA Chargers are on the clock? They have 5.5 minutes with their pick. Hey, we're getting some surprises these last few picks in this first round. Tua has been selected fifth by the Dolphins. Andrew Thomas was taken fourth by the Giants. Okay, waiting on the Chargers to announce their pick. They have a little under 4 minutes. Hey, if y'all coming in, y'all make sure you hit the like. What do y'all think about these first 5 picks so far? Leave them all in the chat. How do you think Tua is going to fare in Miami and in the NFL? Do you think the ankle injuries that he had in college will follow him here in the NFL, or do you think he's going to have a pretty good career? Okay, talking to Kirk Herbstreit about Tua. Okay, almost 3.5 minutes for the Chargers. Next up will be the Carolina Panthers, then the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, make sure when you coming into the live stream, hit the like button. Leave all your comments here in the chat. What do you think about these first 5 picks so far? Okay, let's see if the pick is in. Okay, the pick is in. Okay, Justin Herbert, the quarterback from Oregon, is headed to LA to play with to play for the Chargers. He was pretty. He was pretty nice at Oregon. Okay, so now the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Okay, now Isaiah Simmons is still on the board. So are Becton. So is Becton, another coveted tackle. Okay. So Justin Herbert, the quarterback, is heading to the Chargers. And he's definitely going to be 9 times out of 10, he's definitely going to be starting from day one since they got rid of Philip Rivers. So the Chargers definitely fulfilled their need at quarterback by getting Herbert. He has a hell of a definitely elude pressure. You know, they got their replacement for Philip Rivers after they let him go at the end of last season, as Rivers is now with the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, he can also break out of the pocket and still make the throw. So he's definitely going to be nice in the NFL. Okay, what are your thoughts on the Chargers taking Herbert? Leave it in the chat. Okay, and the Panthers are on the clock. Let's see who they're going to take. Who knows? Mekhi Becton is still on the board. Isaiah Thomas is still on the board. Okay, and also Derek Brown is still available. So this draft is starting to get a little interesting. Yep, this draft has already got interesting. Okay, Johnny Talk Sports, you said Derek Brown or Isaiah Simmons is looking what you think is looking like that the Panthers are going to take him? Okay, and also I forgot Tristan Wirfs is still on the board. Okay, so the Carolina Panthers have taken defensive tackle Derek Brown. And he's definitely gonna come in and be a difference maker from day one. He can impact on all three downs. So this is definitely gonna be a day one starter. Hey, what do you guys think about this draft so far? Yep, so Derek Brown is a Carolina Panther. So you still got dudes like Isaiah Simmons, Tristan Wirfs, CeeDee Lamb, Mekhi Becton. You still got those dudes on the board still. This draft's got a little interesting. And the Cardinals are now on the clock. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars, then the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, he is a big dude. Yeah, he's definitely strong. This man was this man was a beast at Auburn. But this is a deep draft class this year, so okay, Johnny Talk Sports, you said I don't want to be this guy, but in my last mock, I had Simmons falling out of the top 10. Wow, really? Okay, so you think the Cardinals are gonna take Tristan Wirfs? But why'd you have Isaiah Simmons falling out of the top 10, Johnny? Okay, the Cardinals have 2 minutes. Well, have a little over 2 minutes left to make their selection. Maybe they go offensive line. Maybe they get Isaiah Simmons. Who knows? Man, Derek Brown, that's a big dude. So, the Falcons, the Saints, the Bucks, they're definitely gonna have a hard time. Their offensive lines is gonna have a hard time blocking that man. Okay, and the pick is in for the Cardinals. We're about to find out in a couple of minutes who they're taking with the eighth overall pick. Who knows? Maybe CeeDee Lamb might go off the board to give Kyler Murray another weapon to go along with DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, Derek, this kid. Okay, so the Cardinals take Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker out of Clemson. And man, Isaiah Simmons was definitely a beast at Clemson. And he definitely made a major impact against Ohio State in their playoff game last year. Okay, now the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock with the number ninth pick. Okay, so there's still a few tackles left in this draft. Okay, Johnny, you said Cardinals are the biggest winners of the draft. All right, the Jaguars pick will either be C.J. Henderson or Devon Kinlaw, excuse me. Okay, you also said there's always a guy that's projected to be a high pick, slip out of the top 10, and Simmons is a well, he's okay. So we're gonna find out who the Jaguars pick very soon. And the Jaguars take the cornerback C.J. Henderson with the number 9 pick. So now the Browns are on the clock. They're definitely in need of a left tackle, and there are some pretty good good tackles still left in the draft. Yep. So C.J. Henderson, the cornerback, has been picked by the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 9th pick. Hey, so he's from Miami, so he doesn't really have to leave his home state to play football. He's right down the road to Jacksonville. Now the Cleveland Browns are on the clock with the number 10th pick. Okay, and the Browns pick is already in. Wow. Wow, no hesitation. Okay, so will they take Jedrick Wilkes, Mekhi Becton, or Tristan Wirfs? Well, the pick was already in after a few minutes. Sounds like to me Andrew Berry knew who he was taking a long time ago. Okay, is they're showing Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski communicating from their homes. Okay, now the pick is about to be announced. Okay, now Goodell's about to announce the 10th pick for the Browns. Okay, the Browns select Jedrick Wills at number 10 from Alabama. So the Browns get the offensive line help that they need. Like I said, okay, so Browns get the offensive line help that they need with the 10th pick in Wilkes, excuse me. So they're definitely going all out to make sure Baker Mayfield is better protected this upcoming season than he was last season. Hey, let me know what y'all think about that pick in here in the chat. I meant to say Wills, my mistake. But that was a pretty good pick. Like I said, definitely needed that help there at the offensive line to help out Joe Patonio, JC Treader. They just acquired Jack Conklin last month in free agency. Excuse me. So the Browns' offensive line is definitely improving. So I definitely like the pick. So Andrew, with his first pick as GM of the Browns, going out to get a left tackle, getting the left tackle that they desperately need. And he's 350. Whoo, that's a big dude. I would want to try to block him. That also sets up better for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Now Nick Chubb had a pretty nice year despite the O line not being that good. So imagine him having a better year with an improved offensive line. Now I'm just reading on Twitter. A lot of the Browns fans are definitely liking the pickup. All right, so chime in with the comments on this NFL draft so far. Okay, y'all, excuse me, I gotta step away for a little bit. My apologies, good people. Had to step away because I had to use the bathroom. My apologies once again. Okay. What I missed. New York Jets drafted Mekhi Becton with the 11th pick. The Vegas Raiders drafted Henry Ruggs, the wide receiver from Alabama. So 3 Alabama players have gone in the first round. First, Tua to the Dolphins, then Willis to the Browns, now Ruggs to Alabama. Okay, so what do y'all think about these picks so far here on the first day of this 2020 NFL draft? We're going to live stream through this first round throughout the night. Okay, and both of these, and Becton and Ruggs are definitely good pickups for both of these teams. You know, the Raiders were in definite need of a wide receiver. And also the Jets definitely get a need to beef up that offensive line for Sam Darnold. Okay, and CB Lamb is still on the board. Wow. And also Jetty's on the board too. Tristan Wirfs, all these cats are still on the board. This is a very deep draft class. Kind of wanted Becton, but Wills was top 3 on my list. But none of these lights. Like, yeah, this draft has definitely gotten interesting. Board, who knows? Maybe some of these dudes might, be drafted in the second round. CeeDee Lamb is still on the board. With Wills, I think Andrew Berry definitely knew that he was taking him a long time ago because as soon as they were on the clock, they put their pick in within the first few seconds. Wow. The 49ers are sliding back in the first round, trading with the Bucks, according to Ian Rappaport. Oh, now this draft has definitely gotten more interesting. This draft has definitely got more interesting. So now the 49ers get the 13th pick. Wow. As they acquire it from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow. It's going to be interesting to see who they take. And I'm surprised the Raiders didn't take CeeDee Lamb in the draft. Okay, the 49ers have less than a minute to make their pick. I'm still surprised that the Bucks trade away the 13th overall pick. Oh no, my mistake. The 49ers trade the pick to the Buccaneers. My mistake. Wow. So the 49ers are not drafting 13. Now they have the 13th. Okay, so the Buccaneers draft Tristan Wirfs with the 13th pick that they acquired from the San Francisco 49ers. That was definitely a need for them. They got Tom Brady. So now they have the 14th pick. The Bucks do. Wow. Things are definitely getting interesting here in this draft. That was a nice pickup by the Bucks. And also, that was creative. That was creative. Excuse me. They were very creative in getting that, convincing the 49ers to trade with them. Okay, as they show Bruce Arians, the Bucks head coach, and Jason Light, the Bucks GM, working from their homes. As Jason Light is high-fiving his kids. Do with the 14th pick that they have. That is rare for a team to have back-to-back picks in the same draft. Very rare. Hey, so what are y'all thoughts on this draft so far? Leave your comments here in the chat. Tristan Wirfs is headed to Tampa Bay to play with to protect Tom Brady. Okay, my mistake. The 49ers and Bucks reverse picks. So now they have the 14th pick in the draft. Okay, Jerry Judy, CeeDee Lamb, Javon Kinlaw, Justin Jefferson, Xavier McKinney, all from Alabama, South Carolina, Oklahoma, LSU, and Alabama, respectively. They're still available on the draft board. Okay, the Bucks get the 13th overall pick, which they took Tristan Wirfs. They also get this year's fourth round pick. This is the trade that the Bucks and 49ers made earlier this evening. And 49ers acquired Javon Kinlaw. Definitely a good pickup by the Niners. After they traded DeForest Buckner last month to the Colts, they definitely need. Hey, the Falcons get Jerry Judy. No, the Broncos get Jerry Jeudy. My mistake to pair him up with Cortland Sutton. Came in with a lot of attention, a lot of hype. They're starting to come off the board here later on, late in the draft. Okay, and CD Lamb is still on the board at 16, which I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, we thought he would have been going a little more sooner. He's definitely going to be a good weapon for Drew Lock. Okay, so CD Lamb is still on the board. Late in this round, who knows? He might still be there in the second round. Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump off here in a few minutes after the 20th pick is announced because I have some things to do. But I definitely will be back here tomorrow around 7 o'clock. Well, some be the second and third rounds. Okay, we'll have to find out who the Atlanta Falcons are taking with the 16th pick. Okay, now they're showing the Vikings front office, the owner Arthur Blank, the GM Thomas Dimitroff, and the head coach Dan Quinn, all video conferencing each other from their homes. As no one can be at team facilities this year. The pick is in for the Falcons. We're about to find out who they're picking with the 16th pick. And they're selecting AJ Terrell, the cornerback from Clemson. Wow. AJ Terrell, he was pretty solid during his time at Clemson. So CeeDee Lamb is still on the board. Wow. Okay, now the Dallas Cowboys are on the clock at number 17. Okay, they have a little under 4 minutes to get their pick in. So will the Cowboys take CeeDee Lamb with the 17th pick? Okay, waiting to see who the Cowboys select. Okay, will Jerry Jones take CeeDee Lamb? That would actually be a pretty nice fit to go along with Amari Cooper, him and CeeDee Lamb. That would give Dak another weapon to throw to. Okay, and the Cowboys pick is in, and the Cowboys select. Excuse me. Okay, and CeeDee Lamb is finally off the board. He's going to the Cowboys. So he's not staying, so he's not going to be too far from Oklahoma as he's headed to the Cowboys. So that gives Dak Prescott another weapon. Go along with him and Amari Cooper. To go along with Amari Cooper, excuse me. So that's a nice pickup right there. And CeeDee Lamb is finally off the board. He's headed to the Cowboys. Okay, y'all, excuse me right quick. I'll be Right. Sorry about that. T Stamps, what's up, man? How you doing? For the most part, I think it's been a pretty cool draft. Had a few surprises here and there. Definitely thought, the Giants were going to take Isaiah Simmons, but they ended up taking Andrew Thomas. Cardinals, I thought they were going to take an offensive lineman, but they took Isaiah Simmons. And I thought some people, some players like Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb would go sooner as opposed to later. But it's been a pretty nice draft so far. Now I thought Tua was going to go later in the first round due to his injuries, but the Dolphins came in and took him right away. Hey, the Dolphins are on the clock again at number 18 as they acquired the pick from last year after they traded after they traded Mika Fitzpatrick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they get fifth and sixth round picks for this year as well. Okay, the pick is in for the Miami Dolphins at number 18. Okay, and the Dolphins select Austin Jackson, the offensive tackle from USC. Excuse me. And he has a pretty interesting story. His grandfather played at USC, won the 74 national championship, played a couple of seasons with the Packers. He also donated his bone marrow to his sister a few years ago. So now the Raiders are on the clock again at number 19. Then I'm only going to be around for one more pick, and that's the 20th pick with the Philadelphia Eagles because I have to get off and do a few things. And looking at CD Lamb, I don't know. I don't know if he wanted to go to Dallas. Raiders. Okay, John Gruden and the GM Mike Mayock are talking to each other from home. Don't you be 2022? Okay, so it's been announced that Vegas will host the 2022 draft, NFL draft. Okay, the Raiders take Damon Arnett, the quarterback from Ohio State, another Buckeye off the board in the first round. So, yep. So now the commissioner has announced it. The 2022 NFL draft will be heading to Las Vegas. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, Jacksonville has the 20th pick, not okay. So the 20th pick, I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock with the 20th pick. They're talking to Austin Jackson and his sister. That's a great thing he definitely did for his sister. Okay, so hey, we're gonna find out in a few minutes who the Jaguars pick with the 20th pick. And Arnett, now speaking of Damon Arnett, he was a pretty good player for the Buckeyes last year. He and Okuda definitely played well together. Arnett was basically Okuda's right hand man, was his right hand man on the other side of the field. So the Raiders definitely had to get him to stop cats like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelsey, also Cortland Sutton, and now Jared Judy, in that AFC West, where it's just loaded. Okay, we're about to find out who the Jacksonville Jaguars select at number 20 as the pick is in. Okay, and the Jaguars select Clavon Chaisson, the outside linebacker from LSU. Okay, another Tiger off the board in the first round. Man, I'm surprised Justin Holiday is still on the board. He was pretty nice last year for the Tigers. That was, matter of fact, that was Joe Burrow's go-to guy. Well, one of them, excuse me. Jamar Chase is still on the board too. That was definitely Burrow's go-to guy. So, those dudes may either be drafted here tonight or They still might be available in the second round and third rounds tomorrow or in later rounds this weekend. Definitely thought that those dudes will be off the board by now. But Chasten definitely played pretty good for the Tigers last year. He's good off the edge. He can, you know, find his way around the offensive line. You know, seems like he has a great spin move. He can make a way out of no way. Also, like I said, he's great off the edge. So any opposing offensive line that's going against him this season, definitely, definitely has to make sure he does not get around that edge. Because if he gets around that edge, then it's gonna be miserable. It's gonna be miserable for the offensive line and that quarterback. But anyways, y'all, I gotta cut this short because I got some things to do. Thank y'all for joining me here tonight during round one of this 2020 NFL draft. I'll be back here tomorrow night around 6:30 or 7 o'clock for rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft. So y'all join me again, join me here again tomorrow so we can find out who else will be selected in the second or third rounds. Who knows? There might be some future Pro Bowlers, Hall of Famers, Super Bowl champions in those rounds. You just never know. But we're gonna find out tomorrow night. Once again, you can donate to the channel via Cash App or PayPal. The Cash App, cash tag, and the PayPal link. They're up top in the chat. I'm live. You can also donate via Super Chat. Any donation you can give would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate all the donations I've received so far. They've helped out tremendously. So if you can, feel free. Now I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me once again. So we're gonna do this again tomorrow night. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. QC out. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay healthy. Also, make sure you take all the proper precautions, you know, to get that to curb this pandemic so we can get back to our daily routine. I'm out.